All right. Welcome back to Scott Traders Hub. I believe you guys are having a great time wherever you are, and hopefully you are already catching us live, and you have no issues with the live stream already. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, you know how we do this. Apologies for what happened today. We had those issues of power outage, but power just came around midday, and now that's why we are having our session at midday, 30 minutes past midday. So having said that, apologies once again. These things happen in Uganda, so apologies. Today I should not have done this live stream since it's not our usual time, like our schedule, but I felt like we needed to do it because I was having that our free hour, so I decided to do it. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scott Traders Hub. So without any further ado, let's pray and get these things started. Father, we give you praise. We love you. Thank you for giving us this opportunity again to come on this platform and be able to get this analysis, be able to look into the market and try to get setups of trades that we need to be looking at to make this money tonight. We give you praise, Lord, for you have given us yet another day. We give you all the glory, Lord. We say thank you for yesterday's profits and those who made some losses. Father, we know that you're the God that restores. You're restoring them in today's market, and we know you can do even bigger and better than how it was previously. We give you praise. We give you all the honor. Thank you for all the entry and exit levels you're giving unto us. Thank you for what you're about to do in this live stream. Thank you for the sniper signals you're giving unto us. Thank you. We give you praise. We give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we prayed and believed. Amen. Right. So the glory is to the Lord. And now we get straight to the charts. If you're here for your first time, please, the easiest way to support this channel is by subscribing and of course hitting that like button, that thumbs up, and of course going ahead and hitting that bell button to activate all notifications so that you keep on receiving notifications whenever we are live and whenever we upload some content on this some materials for your education, for your information, so that you can keep on upgrading or undoing some of the things that you're already doing. Anyways, enough of chit chat. Let's get straight to gold analysis. Now, those who were here yesterday, I want to remind you what happened. Excuse me. So this was a previous day, that was on Monday. Yeah, that was on Monday, the trade that we were looking at on Monday. Our swing TP, that was a swing trade that we wanted, and we entered actually, but we only took our first TP right here and did not give us the entry of the second TP till yesterday. Yesterday, those who were here, you remember we were looking for, let me first delete this now. Those who were here, you remember we were looking for that buy. I missed that buy opportunity, but I wanted to sell. So the first entry was here where we sold from this level, and it kind of took us out because I was looking at this order block. This was my entry point right about there. So it took us out, and then later on I had to enter on the other account. I had to enter again right about there, but I did not share this second signal with my VIPs because I don't want to overtrade You don't want them to overtrade. So I had already given them the second signal, which was a V75 signal, so I couldn't give them that other second entry for gold. But that second entry was able to recover the loss that we had encountered right about here, and then later pulled back all the way to that level, and then later dropped just like we wanted in the first place for this kind of a TP. We wanted it to get all the way to this level. So that move is all done now. We can delete it. If you guys were able to make money on this very move, congrats. That actual this actual move actually happened yesterday around 7. So on the H4 that starts around 7 p.m, that's when that move was evident and was very marquee for that kind of a drop that we already wanted. So I missed on that. By that time I was already out of the market. Most of the times I trade on a daily basis is mostly between 11 a.m. in the morning till about 5 p.m, sometimes 6 p.m. Beyond that, I don't find myself trading or entering any trades. I may keep the charts open, but I don't normally make any entries after 6 p.m. So that's why you see I was unable to trade that. But also I had already hit my number of trades per day, so I couldn't go ahead to try and force a trade right here because I had already finished my trading, my number of trades that I enter on a daily basis. Those I did 3 entries. 2 were for gold. The first one was a loss, the second one was a win, of course, this move here, but then the other one was for V75. So that's how I trade. Just in case for anyone who is still struggling with the discipline, you need to understand how to manage your trades, how to keep up with what you already wrote probably in your trading plan. Anyways, that's it. That's where we are currently on M15. I don't want to talk much now. Let's go to weekly time frame. I get to show you why we were waiting for that. So apparently on the daily time frame, guys, you can clearly see that we have prices on that daily. Okay, this is a weekly order block and it's a support also, and it's same on even daily time frame. So that is a strong support both on weekly and daily time frame. And we have according to daily now, we clearly see that price reacted all the way back here. Yes, this can be seen as a break of structure, but now if today's price fails to close below this level, we will be looking at more of the buys. Remember, according to our previous analysis, price left a fair value gap here, and it also left an order block, a valid order block on the daily time frame all the way back there, and we are trying to anticipate a pullback all the way to that level before we can come in with some sales. But also there's a possibility, because this is a strong support, there's a possibility of price to continue and give us a change of character right here. According to daily time frame, there's a possibility of price to continue and take us all the way there, or around these levels before it can give us a pullback, and then later look at continuation of the uptrend. Why? Because once price goes above this level here, this will be our change of character on the daily time frame. So if price does this, then it will have to pull back around this level, and then it looks at going all the way back to our all-time high level, all the way to those levels. So whatever we are looking at here is evident, is best actually is going to be dependent on how today closes. If today closes, if it doesn't close below this level, then we will be anticipating this kind of a pullback. And now if I can pull CCI and RSI signal, you clearly see that we are oversold right here on the daily time frame because of this strong support on the daily time frame and weekly. That's why we are oversold here. The shadows of red, you can see them there, and that's why we are looking at a pullback, a buy move from this end. Now, same thing I believe on H4, same thing I believe that is happening on H4. Clearly you'll see we've been oversold for quite some time ever since we were here, so this was just a mitigation of this order block on the H4. I've been talking about that for the past for the last week and this week, I think. Let's see, ever since 11th June. So for the past 2 weeks we've been waiting price to come back to that order block, and it came back to that order block yesterday. So now we have an opportunity to actually be looking at this very move now, because that move happened and now we can only wait for this kind of a buy move. Now look at this, the previous H4, I want to delete this M15 OB because it was not respected. Yes, actually it was respected, but we now want to use H4 because clearly H4 is there, it is being respected. You can see the rejection coming in from buyers. This is a hammer here. This candle here with the rejection was followed by a hammer, and currently we are seeing this other candle, the current H4 candle, is unpredictable. It can either close as a doji or something else, so we have to wait for what is happening here. But I want to remind you that this here is a valid order block. This right here is a valid order block, and that's why we see price is reacting on it. Why? Because it gave us this buy momentum from this level. Now that we know that, we're going to drop to H1 and M15 to look at whether we have some market structure to actually enable us for a sniper entry, to look for this kind of a move, to the uptrend. Right, H1, let's go H1. So according to H1 market structure, we see that that is a break of structure. So we have our lower low, so it's looking for a lower high. This is our lower low, lower high. It's gonna look for a new lower low right about here, but it's likely to fail. Why? Because from the signal that we have on CCI, we are already oversold. Clearly we are oversold. More reason to know that we are likely to get in with some buys here is that we are on this H4 order block, and one, now you can call it even a support. Price bounced off of that level from here, then dropped a little bit again, but it is still failing to break it. So the moment we see price probably give you this breakout here, this will be your market structure shift on the H1 time frame. So if price does that, you will know that you'll be getting your uptrend, signal, and that will be it, something like that according to H1. But this is going to be the same even on M15. So if we drop down to M15, we already have a change of character. Look at this. So I believe I can actually enter right here. Let me show you now. This is going to be our sniper for those who are intraday traders. Look at this. This is our change of character. Why? This is a break of structure, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, then failure to give us a new lower low here, gave us just a low, and then this lower high was taken out to give us what we call a change of character. And from there, we are clearly having a break of, we are clearly having our first higher high. So it's going to drop here on this previous order block that initiated that move, that gave us this move that gave us our current higher high, this move right here. On that very last order block, we clearly see that it is actually a valid order block, because we see, yes, it's not a significant fair value gap, but it somehow counts, and that's how we're going to be looking for our entry right on this level. Right on this level, that's where we are going to be getting our sniper entry to enter and probably break this to give us a change of character on H1, and then look for a higher high, the very first higher high on H1. I hope everything is clicking. You guys are getting what I'm saying, and you are not missing out anything. All right, so that's it on gold. That's what I want to see. I can easily use my my 10 MA right here and see whether price is below or is above my 10 MA. So we are going to wait for price to be above our 10 MA. We can as well drop to M5 to actually anticipate a better even sniper entry. The moment price goes above our 10 MA, you have already started to see rejection coming in from buyers. So the moment price goes above our 10 MA, that's going to be our cue to make the entry. So my entry is going to be around this level the moment price goes above my 10 MA. My stop loss is going to be all the way down below here, just in case. And then of course I'll be looking at my TP levels. I'm going to be looking at this kind of a level. Hopefully it will come to that, but you know that the drill, guys. Most of the times you can go for a 1 to 2, a 1 to 3, or depending on what you want. Now this is some big stop loss. I may have to reduce it to such a level right about here or just below this to be safe. That was a big stop loss. So currently here we have a 1 to 4. So you can look at levels like these as your, of course, your first TP is here, second TP around such a conference area there, then the last TP all the way up there because of this other level right here where we have this resistance all the way there. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at as my possible sniper entry today. The moment it goes above my 10 MA, I'm not going to wait for anything. So before we close today's session, we are likely to get this entry. We are likely to get in for this gold entry. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're here for your first time and you are loving the analysis, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is the easiest way to support this channel, but also it is my pleasure to have you part of the community. We trade on the daily basis, Monday to Friday. We normally do our analysis session between 10:30 and 11:30 every day, Monday to Friday, East African time. So if you want to be part of it, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell button so that you don't miss out on the live stream, the next live stream, which will be tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. East African time. All right, that's it. I'm gonna be waiting for this. Let's now first go for boom 1000 as we wait for this sniper. Let me go for M1. All right, so M1 is talking. M1 is doing what I need. So this is what I'm gonna wait for on M1. I'm gonna wait for this. Now that I'm already seeing some change of character on M1, so I'm gonna wait for probably this and then pull back a little bit there. Yeah, a little bit there. That's what I'm gonna wait for, and then I can make my entry around there. So I'm just gonna wait for this. I'm just gonna wait for something like this according to M1, because it has already given us a change of character on M1 and we've been waiting for that. So let's wait, because it's gonna go down and then gonna go up and then come down, so that we are having a confirmed signal on M5. Once it goes above our 10 MA, it will give us a pullback. So that's gonna be our cue to make this entry. That's gonna be our cue to make that entry. So we leave it on where? Let's leave it on M1. We'll be back for it as we make an entry. All right, guys, we are on boom 1000 now. before we start the analysis of Boom 1000, I want you guys to share the assets that you're trading that you want me to actually analyze. Before we close today's session, I'll be giving an analysis to any 1 or 2 assets that you guys share. The quicker the better, so that I plan this analysis session. Once you share those, I'll be able to plan better and be able to look into them before we close today's session. All right, so Boom 1000, let's go. Yesterday's analysis, we were looking for a pullback there, which happened actually. But look at that. The moment I saw that break of structure, it was done. I couldn't do anything right there. The moment I saw that on M15, that was enough for me to understand price was going to continue into the bullish. My mind was already looking for sales, so, and even then I couldn't enter buys. I had already entered other assets, other trades that I was already in, so I couldn't even go for this buy because it was already clear after that break of structure right about there. So now we can delete all this, delete all that, and then we drop to daily time frame and H4 time frame. So let's now reanalyze all this. So now we clearly see that this level, which is a strong daily resistance level, has been broken, and price is looking for a new higher high apparently. So this level has already been broken right about there, so we hopefully it's looking for this level according to daily time frame. So we know price is headed to that level. So this is our level right here. Okay, now that we know that, I want to delete these for now. We won't be seeing price coming back since it has continued, even though it left this fair value gap. Did it mitigate it fully? Yeah, actually that's where the buy started from. It mitigated this. How did I miss this mitigation? It mitigated this fair value gap fully right there. So that's why it was not looking for this one here. So it did not come for this, it went for that, and that's how price continued with an uptrend. So now all this is no longer necessary. We know what it did. Now we can look at the buys. So according to daily time frame, we are bullish. Why? Because of the breakout on this resistance level. Let's look at CCI. Are we looking for buys? Yes, we are still bullish. CCI says the same. Let's talk about H4. H4 is overbought according to CCI, but market structure, what does market structure say? All right, so we have a breakout. We haven't seen any pullback yet, significant pullback. As it was moving to the upside, we clearly see it left a fair value gap right there. That is a significant fair value gap that price can easily drop back to, as long as it is matching with probably this, as long as it is within the discount zone. So where we are currently, price can easily react back to this. Both the 50% and the 61.8%, they are both within found within this fair value gap. That is a good thing. So we know we're gonna see this pullback. And then we continue with an uptrend all the way there. So can we sell? I believe we can. If we go to H1, we've already seen that H4 is overbought. So this here is gonna be your Q. You can either wait to sell below this level. You can wait to sell below this level, or look for a sniper, which is around there. So let's go to M15 and look for a sniper. all the way up there. Look at that. This order block has been mitigated, which is having which is our higher high order block. Higher high, higher low, higher high. So this was our first change of character to the downside according to M15, and this is a mitigation move or a liquidity grab move where we are currently. So what is going to confirm my entry of these sales is 10 MA. The moment price goes below my 10 MA, that's gonna be my cue to make the entry. Clearly you can see prices, the previous M15 candle, that was some engulfing candle. Look at that, it engulfed about 6 or 7 candlesticks of sales. So we cannot just now sell, even though we know this has been a mitigation move. We have to be patient until price goes below our 10 MA. You can wait for that on probably the earlier the risky entry. You can wait for it on M5. You can wait for it on M5. The moment price goes below your 10 MA, then you're on, because clearly all the order blocks above here, the valid order blocks that gave us this strong sell momentum, they have been mitigated both on M5 and M15. So there's no way, if we are looking for sales, there's no way it's gonna go again up there, unless if it is looking for stop losses above here, of which it's very hard for anyone to sell when it's been strongly buying and put their stop losses above there. No, the ones that are going to sell, they are going to sell right on this move now. So I don't think we're going to see price go again there. But normally I tell you, we are market followers, not market makers. So whatever happens, just be patient until you have your confirmed entry. Don't trade now to sell. Just wait for price to be below your 10 MA, probably on M5. So that's what I'm gonna look for me to look for sales. And remember, you have an opportunity, you have another decision to do. If this is a bit risky for you to enter right as soon as price goes below 10 MA, you have an opportunity to wait and enter immediately as price breaks this H1 level. This is your other level. If this is very risky for you to wait for a sniper entry, this is a better option to trade here and probably have your stop loss just around here, just around there, to have your stop loss above there. That's it. So enter here, put your stop loss there if price comes and breaks here. If you are, if you're not very sure for that sniper, you rather wait for this trade. All right, that's enough. Let's leave this on M5. We'll be coming back to it later before we close today's session. I see Rich Lucy. How are you? Good afternoon. Yeah, I see you're talking about J10. We will analyze J10. So price has decided to actually go back up there to look for stop losses. So this will depend on how this candle closes. If this candle closes above, that's going to be considered as a break of structure to give us a new higher high. If it fails to close below it, we may have our entry to sell as a sniper, because this will be now considered as a mitigation or a liquidity grab or a stop hand move to go there and grab stop losses of the early sellers who entered sales probably around this level. So that's it. That's what I'm going to wait for. As soon as this candle closes, the way it closes will tell us what to do. The way it closes will tell us what to do. All right. Let's now talk about V75. We still have about 27 minutes because we started at 1/2 midday. We are going to look at V75 and then we later look at jump 10. Okay, so V75, this was yesterday's trade. Let's go to M15. This was yesterday's trade. All right, So I told you about this, those who were here yesterday and those who followed the analysis. This was a strong resistance level. Within this level, within this, we had a support, here, we had a resistance here, but also we had our M15 order block down below as our overall TP. Our first TP was on this level, which was hit perfectly without wasting time, but then later I started to consolidate and then later dropped before the day closed to hit the target. Clearly the target was hit around let me see, 8 p.m. The target was hit around 8 p.m. because this was the order block and our target was on that order block. So the target was hit on 8 p.m. around 8 p.m. So all that was a signal that we made money on yesterday for the VIP guys. So now let's talk about today. Let's talk about today. All right, what am I seeing? Okay, that is M15. I want to delete it for now. What is this? Let me delete this for now. I want to have this a clean chart. Let's have this clean. I don't know what it's that. Let's go to H4. Let's go to H4. All right, so according to H4, yeah, that's break of structure, higher high, higher low here. It's trying to look for a high, failed, now started to drop. So price is already below our 10 MA. So the moment price breaks this level, we will have our sells. We will have our sells. Price is below our 10 MA. It's a good thing to actually think of sells. Even now, it's actually good to think of sells. Oh, sorry. It's actually good to think of sells. Remember yesterday we had some sort of like a descending triangle, which can easily also reflect continuation of sells. But what is the signal right here? Is a signal for buys or sells? Oh, sorry. So is a signal for buys or sells? Let's see. We are looking for sells according to H4. Why? Because price has failed to break that level and now it's looking at sells and it is even below our 10 MA, just like we've seen already. So if we drop to H1, we are going to be looking for sells. We are going to be looking for sells. So let's talk about that. I want to delete this for now. I don't need it. We know this is where we saw a change of character. The very first time we started to look for sells, then failed to break this. This is a strong support right where we are, right here. So price returning back to that level and it's now looking at dropping massively to sells. So you can say this is another change of character right about here, actually, right about there. Why? High, low, high, then break that high, that low to give us a lower low. So yeah, it's looking for lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right about here according to H1. So we are selling. We can confirm that with the signal coming in from CCI and RSI. That's very clear. So apparently we have reached the retracement level or the pullback level of CCI and RSI. So we know price is gonna try to give us this pullback. It's gonna try to give us that pullback. So I want to look at it on M15. So M15 should be oversold, not really, but we are still seeing that buys are on somehow. Why are we looking for buys? We have a confluence area right about here, right about here. We have that confluence area right about there. Price is reacting to that level. So we can easily wait for, let me do this. Yeah, let me do that. So clearly you see this. We have our support our resistance. Price is likely to pull back there before we can get to see the breakout. I want to delete this for now, and I want to use this. Price is likely to do this and then later break this level right here. Okay, I think that's it. We are selling, remember, according to H4 and H1 we are looking for sales, and apparently M15 is the one looking for a pullback, but also M15 we are selling because that's where we got our signal of overbought to start to sell. This level right here, you can clearly see that right about there. That's where we got the signal to start selling massively, and now we have reached this kind of level, which is a pullback level according to H1. That's why we're seeing this pullback according to M15. So we can wait for price to probably react all the way back to this, and once we are there, you can enter your sales to drop right here. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Okay, so right about now we will wait for that kind of a move, and then we get into drop down for this sell, for that sell. So can we enter some buys as scalpers? I doubt we can. Maybe making for is to sell. The better way to enter this trade is to look for sells once the price goes above there. Yeah, because of that order block as a valid order block according to M15. So that's what I'm going to wait for. I'm not going to force anything. So if I don't see it, I'm not going to trade this asset today. So that's it. Now that I've done that, we still have about 19 minutes. Let's go to J10 and we look at it. All right. Jump 10. This is our bonus asset. As we all know. Let's start from daily time frame. Before we go to that, I want to look at gold, whether it gave us what we needed. Not really, it did not. So since it did not give us what we needed, we couldn't do anything. So we can easily delete this and still have this all the way here. So we wait. It again does what we need. Let's wait for it to do again what we need before we can make up our mind to trade this. This is gold. All right, go back to J10. Let's start to analyze J10. So apparently, okay, let's start from the weekly so we can get to know what we are doing here. So that is our resistance, just like we have been seeing, those who have been around when we were analyzing such assets. Okay, so we have here a support. According to the weekly time frame, we have another support, strong one here. Price has been going to that level, coming to this, going there and coming to this until it failed to break this level and then went back all the way there. So we know that it's gonna come from there, break this support here and then bring us all the way back to this level. That's what we know so far. So having seen this, look at this actually before you can even look at that. This is not there. This here, yeah, this was our change of character right there. And then mitigated that, dropped here to give us a lower low, now lower high here. So we are dropping. Is price below our 10 MA yet? Let's look at that. according to weekly time frame, is priced below our 10 MA? Not yet. But if we go to daily, we might get to see something different. So let's look at daily time frame. How did it happen? Look at this. This is where we have our signal to sell right here. This is where we had the confirmation of a downtrend. Change of character here, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low, lower high, lower low, all the way here to the support that we have currently here. And then went all the way back to where? Look at this. According to daily time frame, it came all the way to that level. Now, if I was using my fib, you'll be able to see that this level here and this level, price has already gone into the the premium zone or the supply zone to mitigate it and then start to sell. Look at that daily candle there. That was a hammer followed by a weird candle with rejection coming in from both ends. But now today's candle is a strong sell candle, which is likely giving us the confirmation to get ready for the sells. Right, let's go to H4. Let's go to H4. So what are we seeing on H4? I want to delete these. These are on M15 and H1 probably, and whatever. So let's delete this. We don't need it. So according to okay, that's something. That's something. According to H4, price is already above our 10 MA. We have our higher high, higher low, higher high. Then gives us a higher low. Then now gives a change of character right about here to the downside. So the fact that it has given us a change of character, which is a reversal, a reversal signal for the downtrend now, we can wait. We can wait for price to react here, because this is a confluence area. If it breaks it, it may give just a fake breakout, but it's likely to do this and go back to this order block before we can look for the sells. Why? This is the order block right here, the last buy candle before we started to see the sells. So this would be very key for price to first mitigate this order block. What is the M15 order block within this MH4 order block? That's what I want to know and see before we can make our final decisions on J10. Where is it? Clearly it is this one here, which is a bit weird. So I may go with this because it is the one that follows. After it we get to see the fair value gap. The rest we don't have any liquidity left back. So I would go for this one here as my order block according to this level. This would be my valid order block for M15, where price is likely to first come to before we get to see sales come again. So price is literally likely to come to that first. So now that I know I have all this according to H4, now that I know I have a structure where that I can easily follow, the price may likely actually follow, then I wait for this move. I wait for this kind of a move. Which is going to be a pullback. So let's drop to H4. Are we oversold yet? We are getting there. Yeah, we are getting there. M15. Yeah, M15 we are oversold, so we are likely to see a market structure shift according to M15 right on this level, which is an H4 or a confluence area. So we are likely to see some buys come in around this level according to M15. So we are going to be patient. If we don't see a market structure shift here, then we don't trade this. But remember, the way we are going to be looking at the trade is going to be the buys to pull back all the way to there, because according to market structure, I've already told you, H4 has given us a change of character, which is the market structure shift. This is our change of character too of H4. Why? This is our higher high, higher low. Price comes and breaks the higher low right here to give us a lower low. So it's looking for a lower low here. So the moment it pulls back all the way back to that level, we are going to be looking for sells. But we can as well enter buys here if we get a clear confirmation. So that's why we are on M15 waiting now for a market structure shift according to M15. Once we have that, once we have something like this, you know, and it pulls back, breaks probably that level and pulls back, then we will have our trade. But until then, this is a no-go. We must see a market structure shift. All right, so that's it. Now that we are done with jump 10, we have a few minutes to close today's session. Let's do the recap and we call it a day. I hope you guys picked one or two things that you are probably going to be using in today's market. All right, so we started with let's do the recap. Please go ahead and like. If you haven't liked yet, go ahead and hit that like button for the live stream. And if you haven't subscribed yet and it is your first time here, go please and subscribe. It is the easiest way to support us right here. All right, July class is coming. If you want to study, please register for the July class. The fee is there. Some of the things that we'll be teaching are there. If you want to learn smart money, how to trade with smart money, so you better register early this week, because next week will be in July. In fact, by Wednesday next week, it will be the 1st of July. So you need to have registered by Wednesday before we can get started with the class. So the information is on your screen to start registering so that you get ready for the class by Wednesday. Right. Anyways, let's now get back to the business. So we are recapping of what we analyzed today. On gold, we are waiting for a sniper right on M1, because right here it gave us a break of structure. So this is our current lower low on M1. The moment we have something like this, this is gonna be the signal. So the moment we have something like this, so it has already given us this move right here. So the moment it pulls back and then it breaks this level like that, it breaks that level like that and then comes back, that's gonna be our cue to make the entry right about here. So that's gonna be our cue. So until then, it's a no-go. We are waiting for this. If it comes again and gives us a break of structure, we have no business with it. We will not have any business with it. Hey Christopher, how are you? I'm not sure what you're meaning. The algorithm. So right here, I want something like this. This is smart money. The moment we have this on M1, which is gonna be our sniper, so we are looking for a sniper on M1. So once we have this has already happened now. This right here, this is the move also. So the moment it breaks this level, we will be having what we call as our change of character. And once we have our high, then the pullback, it's going to be the level we will make our entries at to look for this very move. It's going to be a swing, probably according to M15 and H1. So you want to be patient with it if you make that entry, but until then, this is still very bearish. Price can easily drop down and give us another break of structure right here on M1. We have already seen that on M15 we want buys. We've already seen that. Why? Because this is where we have our market structure shift. We have our higher high, higher low, higher high. This has been a mitigation drop or a stop hunt or whatever you want to call it, and then we are waiting for when the buys start. That's why we are waiting on M1 to get a sniper. That's why we are waiting on M1 to actually get a sniper entry. So that's it on gold. Those who are on a VIP signal group, I'll be sharing this with you later once it matures, once we have a ready entry, but as of now we don't have, because it's not yet confirmed for entry. Christoph, I'm waiting to know what you're talking about. I don't use algos here. It's just indicators that I use right here. These are indicators, 10MA, and of course these are the indicators here that I don't usually use. I use them when I feel like I need to use them. Then of course I also use these RSI and CCI as my confirmation signals. Confirmation indicators. I don't use them to give me the signal. Market structure, smart money, they are my overall analysis tools, or my way of trading, my technical analysis tools that I use. I use smart money, and of course within smart money we have market structure, or call it price action. So overall is price action with smart money to understand how the big guys move the money around when they are when we are anticipating for them to make their entries. That's what we are looking at right here. So if you want to learn that, how to trade smartly with these big guys, the likes of the banks, the heavy corporations in the world, you want to register with us on for the class of July. I'll be teaching that in the July class. So do that, and let's wait for you to be part of the class. All right, let's now head over to Boom 1000. We also analyze Boom 1000. We analyze Boom 1000, and clearly a pullback here. Okay, now we have a break of structure, so we have no business at all with this asset because it has failed to break here. So that means it's headed all the way to this TP level, so we have no business. We are still very bullish. I'm not gonna waste my time on this asset. There's no way I can trade it unless it does this. And then you can enter your buys to hit your target right about there. Why there? Because that is the next level of the TP according to daily time frame. That's the one there. So according to H4, we had some little pullback and what have you, but the H4, the new H4 that has started, it has gone with enough momentum, so we can as well delete all these because price is not likely coming back to take out this previous high, previous low right here. So we are gonna wait for a pullback, probably according to M15 on such a level, because we are still very bullish. So price react there, and then you can look for your buy entry. Until then, I'm likely not to trade this unless I get a better entry right on the pullback. We also analyze V75. I told you there's an opportunity to sell right about there. The moment price gets to that level, we will be getting in with our sales. Yes, there's a conference area here, but that conference area is not an issue, because looking at this, it left a fair value gap there, and this was a valid order block for this very drop sell. So that's why I'm looking for a pullback to that order block before we can wait for sales, before we can look for sales. So this move, I'm not in it. I'm gonna wait for sales, because these sales are likely to give us this very drop according to H4. This very drop that will bring us back to this support level right about here, or even that order block on H4. That's what I'm looking at today. Once I have that, those who are on VIP signals, I'll be sharing with you the signal to make today's money on V75. Then lastly, we talked about jump 10. We analyzed jump 10, and jump 10 is still very far from anything to trade with. It's still very fast, so we are waiting for a market structure shift. So until then, there's no business here on jump 10. It's still very strongly bearish. So but remember where we are, it's a conference area on H4, so we are anticipating price to react on this level to give us a pullback all the way to that level. So if we have something like that, then the buys will be coming in. So depending on how M15 reacts to this level, we will be just waiting for an entry probably once it gives us a market structure shift to the upside, not to the downside. It's already in the downside, but it left an unmitigated order block of H4 and M15. That's why we are anticipating that pullback all the way there before we can get in with sales. So until then, no business. So the only asset that we trade on this platform, on this channel, that I'm likely to see entries in is actually V75 and gold. So I'm gonna be focusing on those two today. Now what I wanted is happening on gold, so all I need is now the pullback. All I need is the pullback. Once price pulls back to this level, now this is the level that I need right here, right here. This is the level that I need. Once price pulls back all the way to this order block on M1, it's gonna be my entry there. The moment price comes back to that order block, that's gonna be my entry on the order block. That's gonna be my entry on this gold. So those who are on VIP group for signals, I'll be sharing this the moment it happens. I'll be sharing this the moment it happens, and it gives us the entry, we are going to be entering it together. So for now, that's it. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm just gonna wait for this. And V75. Those are my two assets that I'm gonna focus on today. The rest, just like we've seen, Boom 1000 is today. The rest, just like we've seen, Boom 1000, it's still far away. Unless it does this pullback here, then you can enter your buys. But then jump 10 is very far from near getting us any entry at all. Yeah, so no business at all. The focus is gonna be on gold and V75 for now, and then probably later Boom 1000 if it gives us a pullback. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our today's session of analysis. We'll be back here tomorrow 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. East African time, just our usual time. The reason we changed today's session is because of power outage. Power had gone, and apologies to you guys for changing our usual time, but tomorrow we'll be back. Hopefully power doesn't do the same thing tomorrow. That means we'll be back at our usual times. Otherwise, it's been my pleasure to analyze with you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you love the analysis, and don't forget to register for the signals if you want to be part of the signals group. Don't don't miss out on the signals still. If you want to be part of the signals, it's $15 per month if you want to join the signals platform. And for those who want to register for the class of July, then use the same number on your screen. The information was already there. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.